Chenxi Cartier styled watch has a lot going for it at the reasonable price of $9.50. But obviously at that price, you're going to have a lot of compromises. And this watch has a compromise that I'm not sure I can deal with. So let's have a look at this thing. Good day to you all and welcome back to another BBW review. So the Chenxi 8216, clearly an homage to a Cartier, although I'm not sure if Cartier actually do the same dial design as this with the small second hand, but clearly an homage to the Cartier tank. So let's go straight into the dimensions of this. First of all, most importantly, the price. This was shipped and packaged to me from Shenzhen for $9.50. The weight is 85 grams on the supplied bracelet. I've actually had to remove four links, I think, four links from this, bringing it down to about 80 grams. You have a 38mm diameter across the face there, with a more important measurement, the lug width, which is 45mm, so nice and snug there. Now onto the bracelet with the lug width. I'll come on to this bracelet in a bit more detail later, but one of the main disadvantages is the 21mm. So if it's possible to change this, although you have those protruding end links there, it will be a real problem trying to find a suitable replacement for this. Although if you can, I would. It's an awful bracelet. The girth of this, if you call it the girth, the height from the flat back to the, as you can see, the curved crystal on top, and it is a mineral crystal, is from the lowest to the highest point is 11mm. And you have a 5mm crown, quite a nice crown with a fake chaboton there, matching the dial colour. But clearly the dial is really where this watch takes off. The case itself, it's quite a chubby, snug looking, and it does fit very well to the wrist. It's a fingerprint magnet because you have a chrome plated alloy design. No lugs actually, no lugs, they're separated from the rest of the case. It's just a block, but it's a 45mm block that does sit nice and flat on the wrist. Again, my wrist is 6.5mm and there's absolutely no overhang with this at all. You have a tank style bezel, although this case is all one piece of alloy. But designed to look like a Cartier, obviously. Now within the watch to the face itself, this is where, again, the action happens. Now this watch is available in a number of different colorways. I chose this one because of, as you can see, it's quite stunning with that radial sunburst there and the pattern, if you can see that quite clearly. It's a really nice sunburst pattern. But the problem is, I should say that the reason I began wearing watches is, well, the first one I got was a diesel, which I reviewed on this channel, which was a gift, and I never really wore it. I didn't feel the need to wear a watch until I began riding motorbikes, and I found that checking the time on the phone was just not suitable. So I decided to get a watch. And on a motorbike, what you really need is legibility, because you haven't got much time to stare down at your wrist and trying to find out where the hands are. So as you can see, this is not a motorbike watch. That's the first compromise, is trying to find the hands amongst that sunburst. So beautiful sunburst, but it does detract from the legibility of this thing. In certain lights it's okay, but here, obviously, it is a bit of a problem. So I'm not sure why they didn't design those hands a different colour that kind of contrasts with that sunburst there, although that may have been a problem. So onto the dial itself, As you can see from the outside, you have Roman numerals which are applied very nicely, and again copying Cartier. Within that you have a square, again Cartier, where you have Arabics all around. Below the 12, within that square, sorry, that rectangle, you have like a plate with the brand name Chenxi in a nice script font there. And on the 3 o'clock, you have quite a small date, which kind of blends in. You kind of, looking at this, you don't really notice it as much because it's quite a busy dial. And the next main feature is that small second hand, which again does have its own radial sunburst pattern there. And again, I'm not sure if Cartier do make this, I'll have to check that. The hands themselves is the main problem with legibility. They're just silver, sword-shaped hands, and in this light and with that sunburst, it is a bit of a problem trying to find the time, which of course defeats the main purpose of wearing a watch. But in other lights, it's not too bad. So for some people, that might be a no-no. Okay. That is a really nice looking sunburst though, I must admit. Now, despite the legibility issue with this watch, it wasn't the compromise I was talking about. It's something I kind of overlooked because I don't wear the same watch every day, and it's nice to change, and wearing this in the right occasion would suit the job. But the main compromise for me, which did it, was this strap, for a number of reasons. The first, this is a Seiko strap, as I call them, because I have the same strap as this on a Seiko. I'm not sure the correct name of this, but first of all, the quality of a strap. Listen to that. Just listening to the strap, and you can gauge how good the quality is. This is a stainless steel bracelet. I don't think it is. I think it's probably a compressed paper clips or something from a Coke can. It's awful. It feels too light as well compared to the rest of the watch. Is quite a heft from the case, but this bracelet, it's really, really light. First main problem, rolled links. Now, changing the links on this bracelet nearly made me lose my religion. It drove me crazy, and I didn't really do a good job either, bashing these things out. I don't know why they put these links on. They are terrible, drive me crazy. But I eventually got it to fit the right size. I don't know why I won't be wearing it that much. But take a look at this. Look at the gap there. You could get a bus through there. Terrible, absolutely terrible. I know it's a budget watch, but still, how did that pass QC? Did they have a QC there? Did they think, oh, that's fine, that's great, let's go with that? But once it's on the wrist, I mean, once it's under some pressure, it does conform to the wrist okay, and you can't really see that. But off of it, not only do you have that jingle jangle, you have that, oh, it's awful. Even the feel of it. And again, it doesn't feel bad on the wrist, but rubbing your finger up and down that, it's not sharp, but it certainly hasn't been smoothed down at all. Standard individual link bracelet, that is one link, of course. You're not going to get any better at this price. You've got kind of two tones there. One is polished, one is very polished. The clasp, I don't mind these Seiko stripe clasps, but oh, there we go again. Just the bog standard flat press clasp. I hate these things, I really do. It is a pain as well. Clips in and protrudes. I know I'm complaining a bit too much at $9.50, but I'm sure that's an easy fix. But something they couldn't be bothered doing there. You'll get 3 levels of micro adjustment there. which you may need to do rather than attempting to remove any more of these links than you have to, really. But again, this is what did it for me. This is why I can't really recommend it, purely because of this bracelet and because it's because of the way the link joins with the watch. You may have a problem trying to find a better bracelet or a better strap, especially at 21 millimeters. I'm not quite sure what this distance is, but 21 millimeters, why? Why bother? Why not 20 or 22? No, we'll go for in the middle, just to bugger everyone up. But, I mean, it really does fall short of what the rest of the watch can offer. I mean, a really nice design, quite a heft, so it does feel good. But then as soon as you get outside of the case, you get this garbage. Still, I will try my best to manufacture, if possible, another strap or a leather strap to replace this thing here. So let's have a look at this on the wrist. Now, before I get to the wrist, one thing that I want to do is check this movement. I'm not sure what the movement is, but I'm sure Chenxi are using their own, maybe their own proprietary movements, or just a bog standard Chinese movement. So the crown, checking for that date movement there. Let's see. It's not bad. The resistance is not bad. What you'd expect for this price. That date. I might have that date to move. Let's get to the next 12. And it moves on. It's moving. And it's moved. Excuse me. So about 20 minutes before the hour of 12 there. And the date moves. Oh, it's about 10 minutes, sorry. About 10 minutes before the hour. It's not too bad. The action, actually, the resistance is, it's okay. It's not floppy. Now look at this minute hand jump, if there is one. So positioning the minute hand over the 12. And can you see that jump? Can you see the hand? But can you see the jump? There's actually no jump at all. I've done it in different positions with 2 fingers, 1 finger, thumb. And you don't get a jump. Really, really good. At the back of this now, the details at the back, if you can see past that awful clasp. One moment. The details, let's take off this plastic to reveal the steel back, stainless steel back, sorry. And it's resistant, that's good, it's resistant. But to what? You're going to get a bog standard 30 feet on this. Wouldn't take it swimming, but no, obviously not a watch you go swimming with. So it's pretty standard there. And it's a pressed clasp cover with the designation CX-8216. Oh, water. I think that should be water resistant. Perhaps print that on the same level there, maybe. Okay, now let's have a look at this thing on the wrist. And there it is. Now, as in many of these watches, you don't really get a good feel of what the watch looks like under this video, and under this light. Once it's outside, it does look really nice, especially that sunburst. And despite the sunburst, you can actually read the dial okay. So a very compact little watch it is. Look at that, 45 millimeters and absolutely no gaps under either of the lugs there. Again, my wrist is 6.5 inches and that hugs it really nice. That gap in the bracelet where the bracelet meets the case earlier, again, you can't see it here, so it does pull itself into the correct position. But it's not nice to feel any part of this bracelet at all. Clasp looks quite nice, but it's as bog standard as the rest of the strap. Absolute paper clips. But again, they've done themselves a real disservice there by not knowing that. And even if they knew it was such a bad strap, at least give the people a chance to replace it with something else. But of course, you've got 21 millimeters, which can be really difficult to find, and this link here, trying to find a 21mm strap with that very specific link, you'll probably end up, if you do get this watch, not changing the strap at all because you can't find one. And that protrusion there, it just sticks up a bit too much. Not good at all. But apart from that, it is a really nice looking watch and a good homage to Cartier if they do have this particular one in stock, in brand. So there you go, the Chenxi 8216. So there you have it, the Chenxi 8216 Cartier styled quartz watch. And again at $9.50. Really happy with the case and everything within the case, including that beautiful dial. But the deal breaker for me is that awful cheap alloy bracelet, which because of the design, because of the links, it would be very difficult to find a replacement strap. And at this price, I'm not really bothered to do that, to try and find one. But apart from that, it does look a really nice watch, but that strap doesn't do it for me. So, thanks for watching, and hope to see you again with another watch on the green chair. Until then, as always, take it easy.